It's time for our business update. I'm joined for that by Fernand van Tet. Hi there, Fernand.
Hi, Kat.
You're going to start us off with a business story that's very closely related to our top news story of the day, Donald Trump's election. We saw what has really been described as a bloodbath overnight as those results came in yesterday. Slightly different reaction 24 hours on.
Yes, definitely. So that doomsday scenario that investors have been predicting played out in the early hours after the results. Now, Asian markets have largely recovered from those losses. Worries about trade are pushing down stocks such as Alibaba and exporters, but there are some sectors doing particularly well. We saw that on Wall Street yesterday as well. Pharmaceuticals are up as Clinton will no longer be capping prices. Banks are doing well in anticipation of a cut to regulations, and anything to do with mining and construction, that reflects, of course, Trump's energy policy and that speech he made yesterday in which he promised to invest in infrastructure. Now, on the currency markets, the US dollar has also largely recovered its losses against the euro and the Japanese yen, although the latter is down slightly there this morning. The Mexican peso is still losing against the dollar, but well off the record lows it had yesterday just after the results were announced.
Now, one of the things that Donald Trump has been particularly vocal about during his campaign, if you were paying attention, was international trade deals that the United States has already struck and been abiding by. What's the latest on that?
Well, actually, update today, Japan was supposed to have a press conference about the TTIP trade deal this morning, but they have cancelled that. Now, there's been various things promised by Donald Trump. Brian Quinn has taken a look at what actually could become reality.
It was one of the few areas of consistency from Donald Trump on the campaign trail. Promises to withdraw the U.S. from or cancel several of the world's biggest international trade deals. One major priority, to renegotiate the terms of the 1994 North American Free Trade Agreement between the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, or withdraw entirely.
I am going to renegotiate NAFTA. And if I can't make a great deal, then we're going to terminate NAFTA.
Trump also said he would withdraw the U.S. from the yet-to-be-ratified Trans-Pacific Partnership, designed to bring America together with 11 other countries, including Mexico, Canada, Australia, and Japan. Negotiations on the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, or TTIP, with the European Union, backed heavily by the Obama administration, are likely to stall indefinitely under a new protectionist American executive.
If President Trump would really go for more protectionism, it would be bad news for Europe and Germany. The U.S. is a really important trading partner for Europe. It's the biggest export country for the German economy, for example.
Trump has also promised to hit China with punishing import tariffs and declare it a currency manipulator, actions which some fear could set off a trade war with one of the U.S.'s top economic partners. American presidents have wide leeway in setting trade policy, and it's likely that Trump could follow through on his threats, even without congressional approval. But trade wars might seriously damage the U.S. economy, and it's uncertain whether Trump the president will hold the hard line of Trump the candidate.
Well, the whole world was very much caught up with the US elections yesterday. However, in India, many people had a completely different worry from a surprise bit of news from the Prime Minister.
Yes, surprise announcement yesterday that the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes are going to be taken out of circulation completely. They're worth around 7 and 14 euros. And this is happening immediately. Now, the impact is huge. Around 80% of transactions in India are conducted in cash. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been on a bit of a crusade to get rid of black money. That's money that's unaccounted for and might be hidden from the tax authorities since 2014. Now, the reason for that is tax evasion. Just over 1% of the population actually pay taxes. An amnesty on undeclared assets expired back in September, and this is Modi's next move. So banks were closed yesterday, and they will reopen today, and Indians will be able to exchange their notes during the next 50 days.
All right, time running out for them. Better get cracking on that one. Just time for one last business story. We are returning to the US election, in a way. One state in the US thinks it might be better off going alone.
It does, and it already has a catchy nickname, Calexit. This is if California goes at it alone. This is, of course, a reaction to Trump's victory. California voted solidly Democratic. Now, if the state of California were to succeed, it would be the 6th largest economy in the world, ahead of India and France. Now, it's actually possible, too, if an amendment was proposed and approved by 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate. and then adopted by 38 states. Although it's extremely unlikely at this stage, some tech types are getting on board. Hyperloop One co-founder Shevin Pesheva has announced he would fund a legitimate campaign for California to become its own nation.
Interesting indeed. At this point, I think we could say anything could happen, really, couldn't it?
Indeed. 2016, a year of surprises.
Indeed. Thanks so much. Fernand Van Tet's back in about an hour's time with more business headlines for you.